Hi guys, and welcome back to EasyPy 3. In the last section we spoke about how you can talk to the computer and store things under variables. Well, in this section we will learn what you can do with the information stored, starting with making comparisons. To do that we need to rely on another data type called Boolean. The name comes from George Boole, who introduced Boolean algebra where the values are either false or true, denoted by 0 and 1 respectively. Similarly, computers only deal with true and false statements. Computers won't give you a maybe, which makes life so much easier. We can use the built-in bool function to get the Boolean value of an object, and it will return true for everything except something that is false, 0, empty, or none. Now, none with a capital N is another data type, which means that there is no value at all. Note, this is not the same as false, 0, or empty. Boolean values can be used to make comparison amongst other things, which will become clearer as we continue with this section. Now, to compare values, we need to use another set of operators called comparison operators. These operators are used to ask Python questions, and Python will give you the answer true or false. It won't give you a maybe. Let's start with if we wanted to ask whether two values are equal. We simply use the double equal sign. Note the difference. One equal sign is used to assign values and the double equal sign is used to compare. For example, we can write 1 double equal sign 1 and Python gives us the answer true. Whereas if I write 1 and then the double equal sign 2, we get the answer false. The next operator does the opposite in that it checks if two values are not equal. And that's using an exclamation mark and an equal sign. Therefore, it gives a false result when they are equal and a true when they are not. For example, if I write 1 and not equal to 1, we get false because it is equal. And if I write 1 is not equal to 2, we get true because 1 is not equal to 2. The comparison operators are binary operators, meaning they operate on two values. So you have to have something on the left of it and on the right of it. And they are left-sided binding, so they always compare the left value to the right value. Like all other operators, the comparison operators can also be used with variables too. So you can check if two variables are the same. An interesting thing to note is that the comparison operators can convert integers to float. For example, if I write 1 double equal sign 1.0, you get the answer true. So it gives you the correct result. And another thing to note is that these operators can also be used to compare strings, not just integers and floats, as you can see in the example. There are 4 more comparison operators. The next 2 operators are greater than and greater than or equal to. They check if a value is greater than another value, and the other one checks if a value is greater than or equal to another value. The final 2 are the opposite of the last 2, the less than and less than or equal to. And they do exactly what you think they would. They check if a value is less than the other value, or if a value is less than or equal to another value. Pretty straightforward, right? And finally, we're going to go back to operators priority. If you recall, we spoke about operator priority in the arithmetic operators lesson. Here is the table again. Now we can add the comparison operators to the list. They are at the bottom in terms of priority, which means the arithmetic operations are looked at first before these. For example, if we do 10 is greater than 5 plus 6, we get false. This shows that the binary addition operator takes place first, because it didn't check if 10 is greater than 5, rather it checked if 10 is greater than 11. The same applies with strings, so if we have x is equal to hell, and y is equal to low, and then we do hello double equal sign x plus y, we get true, because it joins the strings together first. Now, what we've covered in this lesson is crucial for making decisions in Python, And we're going to go ahead and do that in the next lesson. But before we do that, I've prepared a short quiz on this topic. So when you're ready, go ahead and do that.